clock in your house started counting down to something? I inherited an old grandfather clock from my great-uncle. A beautiful ornate piece with brass details and a deep resonant chime. It had been in the family for generations, but it hadn't worked in years. I decided to get it fixed, and soon it was ticking away in my living room. But after a few days, I noticed something strange. The clock wasn't just telling time, it was counting down. At first, I thought it was just a malfunction, but the countdown was steady, relentless, moving closer to zero with each passing second. I tried to stop the clock, but the hands kept moving, faster and faster. The chimes became more frequent, ringing out in the middle of the night, waking me from deep sleep. I started to feel like the clock was watching me, waiting for the countdown to end. Then, the night before the countdown was supposed to hit zero, I had a nightmare. I was standing in front of the clock, and when the chimes rang out, the doors opened, and something dark and terrible emerged. I woke up in a cold sweat, but the clock was still ticking away, the countdown almost at zero. I knew I had to do something, so I took a hammer and smashed the clock to pieces. But the next morning, when I came downstairs, the clock was back in its place, perfectly intact, and the countdown had reset. I don't know what's going to happen when it reaches zero again, but I'm terrified to find out. Click the share button and click more for part 2.